Welcome to the Four Wheels and a Hat podcast.
Well, hello there. You're listening to Four Wheels and a Hat podcast. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Grace. You okay?
Very well. Now, I thought we'd change it this week and have two gentlemen. So I've actually got three gentlemen in the studio, including you.
Aren't you lucky?
I'm very lucky. So we've got Mark Pritchard Jeffs, who is from the Samaritans.
I remember Mark from before, yes.
And we've got the lovely Chris Onslow as well.
Hello, Chris.
Mike.
So, Mark, Mark, I just want to, I know you're from the trustee from the Samaritans. Can you just explain what you do at the Samaritans and what your event for the 60 is all about?
Yes, so my responsibilities have evolved to be covering the fundraising for the branch. It costs about £150,000 a year to run our branch. Last year, for example, we had about a £20,000 funding gap, which I was working on specifically last year. So successful was I in doing that, with, I have to say, Chris's help here.
You were brilliant, weren't you? Yes.
That's very kind of you to say.
Fantastic.
So. They've made me responsible for trying to raise the whole 150,000 this year. I've got a number of different sources, but the initiative that I started last year, so Donate 60, which is intended really to be a play on the fact that I was 60 years of age last year, in fact still am, in September. But because we still have a funding gap again this year, we've decided to extend that initiative into this year and probably will become an annual thing.
Yeah.
Chris over here is helping me with that campaign. So we're looking to basically raise, we've got a shortfall again of about £20,000. Chris is going to put on an event to help contribute towards it.
Fabulous. And just saying about the Samaritans, you don't get any government funded at all.
None
do you
whatsoever.
At all? So you get no money at all. So all the money that you raise will go into the Stratford branch as well.
Absolutely.
Now, Chris, can you just describe this fabulous event that is happening on the 31st of May, isn't it?
Yes, on a Saturday at the Stratford Sports Club. Thank you to them putting it on. They've been really accommodating. So the idea was to... I do two exercises. One, as you know, we met running,
yes,
which we both love. And secondly, I do walking football.
Yeah.
And walking football has been one of the real explosions in the UK because of the older people now are more athletic and living longer and healthier and aware of health issues. Walking football, sports football, that's walking, has actually become a recommendation even from some doctors as well. And there's walking football, walking netball, walking cricket, walking rugby. It's all the sports you did probably as a child that can't do in the full format of the game is now available on a walking basis. And I actually, whilst running, pulled my hamstring. I was getting very frustrated at home. And my wife said, "You're driving me mad. You have to go out and do something. I've sent you a link to walking football." Well, I thought it was just old men that walked around a pitch. And I came back after the first session, which I agreed to go to. And I was red as a beetroot. It was the best cardio I'd done for ages. And scoring a goal, I felt like I was 11 years old. It's just a fabulous feeling.
It just gives you that buzz.
Such a buzz, Grace, honestly. Yeah. It's like being back in the playground. So when Mark approached me, I thought, what can I do? Go on a run, raise some money. And I thought, well, let's do a walking football event. So we've decided to do 12 teams, five-a-side teams, 6 if you want, even 7, but five-a-side teams, and rival teams. So far we've got 2 barbers playing each other, 2 insurance companies playing each other, a dads and lads, so a round table.
That.
Yeah, it's great. Dads v lads, they'll love that. I think the dad's going to get kicked. I'll put my hand over the mic. And 2 families playing each other, so that's really good. And we're looking for, pub v pub, supermarket v supermarket.
So basically you want it fun, don't you?
Yeah, fun, like rival fun.
Yes.
Podcast company v podcast company, say.
That would be good.
How about that, Mike? And the idea is to encourage people to look at supporting the Samaritans, because they're so widely recognised, and everyone knows someone that's used the Samaritans or needed them at some point, whilst having some fun and some friendly rivalry.
Yes.
You know, imagine Morrison's playing Tesco's. You can see where we're going with it. And so far, and also it's £60 for a team, so we're keeping the 60 theme going.
Yes, I like that.
To enter.
Very clever, Chris.
And thank you. And then we also have a GoFund page as well for people that can't attend or play.
Yes.
But anyone can come along and they can watch and they can support and they can cheer and they can post on social media.
And it's going from 8 a.m. in the morning, isn't it?
8
p.m.
a.m. on the 31st of May to 8 p.m.
Yeah, and it's going to be at the Stratford Sports Centre.
Correct.
And also, because it's on court 1 and 2, you don't need football, special trainers. You just need your normal trainers. So
No,
just
that's a really good
trainers
point.
and shorts.
Yeah, thank you. That's a really good point. We wanted to do somewhere where you didn't have to have specialist equipment.
Yeah.
So you can turn up in your trainers and your old football kit or your running kit or your gym kit, or whatever it is you want.
And it's £5, isn't it? Just say
It's £5 per player to enter.
And you can only play one game, can't you, as well?
Well, you're only
Are you
down
playing
for
all
one
games?
game. I was going to end by saying my marathon part is that I'm playing all 12 1-hour games. So it's a 12-hour marathon for me personally. But you're only down for one game.
Yeah.
If someone wants to play a second game, they're happy to.
Yeah.
If someone wants to referee a game or referee 2 games, we will have referees that have been doing football, walking football, refereeing before. And it's as I say, it's on courts 1 and 2 at Stratford.
So, Mike,
Sports
can we put your name down?
Well, if I'm free, I could do it. You know what? I actually watched my first game of professional football this weekend, just gone.
Did you?
For about 30, 40 years.
Oh,
I got
my
invited
goodness.
to some hospitality. It was,
Who did you go and see?
Birmingham City, would you believe?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And it was only the free meal and the booze that encouraged me. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
It is. It's a great atmosphere. So
Yeah.
we could put your name down. I mean, it's on the 31st. You could check your diary now.
I will check my diary. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always come along. We have a free session on a Wednesday at Ulster Town Walking Football Club, and because it's in conjunction with them. This is the
Yes, that's the logo.
There's my little
You must
badge.
put that there.
Yeah, my logo. And the famous Alan the Nice One formed it last November, just over a year ago.
What was his reason to doing that?
I think the same. Wanted to get some exercise.
Yes.
Wanted to do something he loved, but couldn't perhaps go and do 11-a-side football. And of people of a similar age.
Yes.
So.
And it's mixed as well, isn't it?
Oh, it's
So
mixed. I
men
played
and
this
women.
morning, and there were 4 women playing in the team this morning. Ulster Walking Football actually has an England player.
Wow.
Yeah, he went off last week to play for England, so that's good. And also a female player plays for England. And the women that are playing it, some of them are exceptional,
Yes.
really are. And it's also banter. After the game, we go and have a coffee, and swap, tips on knee replacements and hip replacements.
It might seem a bit of a daft question, but is there a sort of restriction about how fast you can walk?
Yes.
Yes, it's the first question people ask, and it's also, Mike, the hardest thing.
Yeah.
So like
not
a
to
race-
run.
Yeah.
So you can't even race walk. You can't even do
No,
that. Like a
you
walk.
can only walk, and if you run, you get stopped. And in the league games that we play, which are really competitive, you get carded, and to the point where after 3 or 4 cards, you get sin binned as well. So you have to go off the pitch.
So you have to sit in a bin, do you, or something?
Yeah, you probably don't sit in an actual bin, but it's a metaphorical bin.
Yeah.
Grace can see you.
So is it the same form of walking that they do as the Olympic sport of
Yep.
walking?
Yeah.
So you've got to have both
feet on the ground. Yeah, you can't leave the ground.
Can you tackle people?
Okay, another good point.
Yeah.
You can't tackle people from behind or the side. We call it nibbling from the side, but you can't. It's a non-contact sport. Having said that, come and watch us at the Gregor on a Wednesday and see how many times that we clatter each other. But yeah, it's so much fun, and I can see the 12 matches are going to be very competitive because they're rivalries, and I think it will showcase people what Ulster are doing. They're leading the way on walking football. But yeah, I mean, just Google walking netball, walking cricket, walking rugby. We've got to go on and keep exercising once we reach our 50s and 60s.
Yes.
And today I
Oh,
played
right.
with a chap called Colin, fellow Fulham supporter, who's 76. Yeah. And loved it. Started out only 4 or 5 weeks ago. And it becomes also part of their their working week or their retirement week, and becomes very important to them.
Yes.
I mean, we know as Samaritans that if you can keep yourself fit, if you can get yourself doing some cardio stuff a couple of times a week, the difference it makes to your state of mental health is phenomenal.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
That's a good point.
It's
it's a really good point.
I know that when I
It's
go
really
running, you
aligned,
feel
actually,
just
with our mission
alive.
in that.
Yeah, and whereas that you might have felt, during the day, you go running, completely forget about them.
And we have initiatives about being open to talking, about opening to listening to your mates talk and talking about your coffees afterwards. Again, it just underpins some of the key messages we've got.
Because you must find, Mark, that a lot of chaps, they don't actually open up. Like us girls, we have our coffees and, we can talk for England, but you guys don't always talk.
No, that's a good point. We go off for coffee, and I think what I find fascinating after when we go up for our chats is listening to the stories of their background careers. When you find out, one of the players has an MBE, Martin, who's one of the management team. Phenomenal stories. He's got a great background, huge work directorships, etc.
Yeah.
And that's also fascinating.
Yes.
Whether they were a local photographer or an MD or CEO. So it just, I think, gives them something to get excited about again.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do get injured though as well.
Do you?
It's quite a few injuries. Yeah, because when you start, of course, if you've not been doing it, and men are not great, I don't know about women, about stretching and warming up. So we've been working hard on our
on your stretching,
on our warm-ups,
on your warm-up
stretching. Yeah.
And do you have like a little break?
So we break every 10 minutes to
Yeah.
change goalkeepers.
Yeah.
So you'll get a turn-in goal.
Do you have little oranges and things? And,
Probably we don't do the oranges, or no.
Not that old school.
And then we have a drinks break at 30 minutes, so we play for an hour.
Yeah.
But you remember, and people say it's really slow, isn't it? Because it's walking. The ball doesn't walk.
Yes,
Right.
and also it's using the brain as well.
Yes.
So it's good for brain.
Yeah, well, I'll tell that to my teammates. They're supposed to use their brain. No, it's fast because the ball is moving all the time very quickly. Yeah, great fun. Can't wait for the day, May 31. But we're looking for teams. This is what today's about.
Yeah, so guys, we're looking for teams, and they can find all the information on Chris's page as well, can't you? On Instagram.
Yeah.
And also...
Well, you could put all the links.
I'm going to put all the links as well. So there'll be links, there's the GoFund page as well. But we are looking for teams for the 31st of May. So 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. At Stratford Sports Club. It's going to be fantastic, guys. It really is. And Mike's going to be there as well. Mike, you could be our mascot.
I'm going to try, yeah. I'm going to try.
Come along.
I struggle with walking, not alone walking football, so yeah.
And it's friendly rivalry. So,
Yes,
so it's family v family, neighbours v neighbours.
Yeah.
A street versus a street, a business versus a business. Think about 5 or 6 players.
Parking zone v parking zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Parking
could be.
attendance versus anyone, basically.
So if you're from Stratford upon Avon, please come and just DM me, slip a message in my DMs. That would be fantastic.
That would be lovely.
That would be great. And just to get, these teams, we want this event to be a real success. Samaritans do amazing work. They really, really do. So we want to give all we can, all these energies to making this event absolutely spectacular. And it's such a fantastic idea.
Yeah, and everyone can do it. If you're working, go to your boss and go to your HR department and say, here's something we could do together as a team, a little team build. And great for exercise, great for uplifting.
And also great for the community.
Great
the
for the community.
of Stratford upon Avon.
And choose your rival and give them a ring and play your rival company.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So again, 31st of May, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. In connection with Samaritans and also Ulster Football Club as well.
Walking Football
Club. That's a tongue twister, actually. Yeah. You have to say it quite slowly. But yes, you must, because it's just going to be fantastic. It really is. And Mott, you're going to be there at some point.
I will be travelling up from Cornwall to be there.
You see?
For as much of it as I possibly can.
That's dedication.
You'll be there to carry me home at the end.
I'll be there for you, Chris.
We'll all be there in support. I'm going to be there all day.
Oh,
I'm going to be all there all day.
Well, thanks.
Social media.
Yeah.
I will be there. So Mike and Mark, Mike and Mark in the studio. That's what it is. It's
Confuse
two M's.
you, yeah.
It is
Yeah.
confusing.
M&M, basically.
M&M.
Yeah.
M&Ms. But thank you guys. Do you want to say anything more about it?
No, I just to say thanks to Mike and thanks to you for inviting us on today to talk about it and to promote it, because we're doing something really special. And let's remember, it's for Samaritans.
It is for
and,
Samaritans.
We're doing it for them, but they've been doing it for us for a very long time.
They have, because Samaritans do the most amazing work, and no one knows. We all need someone to talk to that isn't family related, that's got the empathy, that can just sit and listen. And that's Samaritans. You do marvellous
spoke
job.
about it last time.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, we're answering 20,000 calls a year. We've got now web chats and email services as well, because of course a lot of the younger people, they'd rather communicate in those kind of things. And we are an ambitious branch. We already probably contribute to the national effort 4 times the average that other branches do.
Yeah.
But we're still and we've got a lot of people who would like to do more. If we can fund it more, we could make a greater contribution to the national effort. 25% of all the calls we receive are from people actively feeling suicidal. So we're proud to be able to be there, but anybody who can help and help raise that
anybody
money,
that can help
Chris with this, and thank you as well, by the great
absolute pleasure
as ever,
absolute
for supporting
pleasure.
this, because
so
we
let's
really appreciate it.
Let's really get behind this campaign.
Let's get behind it. We've got
let's
a big
get behind
target.
it. We've got a target. Let's get it, and let's even get over that target if we can. That would be absolutely amazing. So come on, guys, come on, Stratford-upon-Avon. You can get there for the 31st of May, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Stratford Sports Club. Be there. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Grace.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
You've been listening to the Four Wheels and a Hat podcast.